Each Kwami represents a concept, and a concept can only exist once in the universe.
What if Gimmi isn't the only unified Kwami? Imagine this for a second. What if the most powerful Kwami in the entire miraculous universe isn't the only one of its kind? When Gimmi, the Kwami of reality, appeared in recreation, it completely changed everything we thought we knew about Kwamis. Until that moment, we believed Kwamis existed individually, each representing a single concept. But then came a shocking revelation. If creation and destruction can unite to form a higher being, then what other unbelievable Kwami fusions could exist? Could there be a Kwami of history, a Kwami of extinction, or even a Kwami capable of controlling every event that has ever happened? Today, we are diving into some of the most fascinating Kwami combinations imaginable. And trust me, the last one might be the most dangerous of them all. So make sure to subscribe to Miraculous Highlights and watch until the end. And tell me in the comments which unified Kwami would you want to see become canon in Miraculous Ladybug. Let's begin. If there is fusion that feels almost inevitable, it's this one. Sass and Fluff both control powers connected to time, but they do it in completely different ways. Fluff allows travel across a timeline itself, while Sass can repeatedly rewind events until the perfect outcome is achieved. Now imagine those abilities combined, a being capable of moving to any moment in history while also rewriting events over and over again. That's not just time travel anymore, that's control over history itself. Would this Kwame protect the timeline or reshape it forever? And if history can be rewritten, who decides what version of history survives? Now, let's move to time to protection. Waze has always been one of the most reliable Kwamis in the series. His shields have protected heroes, guardians, and even the Miracle Box itself. Meanwhile, Stomp grants complete invulnerability. Individually, they are powerful. Together, they could create the ultimate safe haven, a place where no attack could enter, no villain could break through, no danger could exist. The Kwami of Sanctuary wouldn't simply defend people, it would become the embodiment of safety itself. But could such overwhelming protection become a weakness? After all, growth often comes from overcoming challenges. Now things get much more creative. Ziggy possesses the power to create objects from imagination. Daisy reveals a person's deepest desires and dreams. One represents creation, the other represents inspiration. And when those concepts merge, the results could be extraordinary. Imagine a Kwame capable of turning emotions, dreams, and imagination into reality. Every masterpiece begins with an idea. Every invention starts with inspiration. That's why this fusion could become the Kwami of art, a being responsible for every spark of creativity throughout history. And honestly, this might be one of the most beautiful Kwami concepts imaginable. Now we are entering dangerous territory, very dangerous territory. Plague's destructive power is already legendary. Throughout miraculous lore, his cataclysm has been associated with catastrophic events capable of changing the world forever. Then there is Roar, a Kwami whose power is concentrated into devastating bursts of force. Separate, they are dangerous. Together, they could become unstoppable. This fusion wouldn't represent destruction alone, it would represent extinction, the end of entire civilizations, the disappearance of species, the closing of one chapter so another can begin. It's terrifying, but it's also a reminder that every ending creates space for a new beginning, and that balance makes this fusion incredibly fascinating. Now let's change the direction completely. For thousands of years, explorers have crossed oceans, mountains, and deserts searching for the unknown. Now imagine a Kwami embodying that spirit. Kalki can instantly travel across great distances. Bark can retrieve objects from almost anywhere. Put those abilities together and you get a fusion perfectly suited for exploration. The Kwami of expedition, a being connected to discovery, adventure, and curiosity. Perhaps every great explorer throughout history was unknowingly following the concept this Kwami represents, the desire to see what's beyond the horizon, the need to uncover secrets, the urge to discover something nobody has ever seen before. And honestly, that sounds like a Kwami we'd all want to meet. And finally, the fusion that might be the most powerful, unpredictable of them all. Trix specializes in illusions. Shupu thrives on chaos and confusion. Neither opponent nor ally can ever be completely sure what they are planning for. Now imagine those powers merged into a single entity. The Kwami of deception, a master of manipulation, a creator of illusions, a being capable of making enemies question everything they see, hear, and believe. This isn't just trickery. It's psychological warfare, and that's exactly what makes this fusion so dangerous. Because the strongest weapon isn't always power, sometimes it's making your opponent doubt reality itself. But here is where things become truly interesting. Gimmi proved that unified Kwamis can exist. So, what if these six aren't the only possibilities? What if dozens or even hundreds of unified Kwamis are hidden somewhere in the miraculous universe? What if every major concept has its own ultimate form waiting to be discovered? History, art, extinction, sanctuary, expedition, deception, or perhaps concepts we have never imagined. One thing is certain, the introduction of Gimi opened a door that can never be closed. And if future seasons continue exploring unified Kwamis, the miraculous universe may become bigger than we have ever dreamed. So now I want to hear from you. Which unified Kwami would be your favorite and what concept do you think should appear next? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications for more miraculous theories, secrets and updates.